Good day, my loves. Good day, good day, good day. I hope all is well with you. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. This is Spiritually Savage. Heavy on the spiritual, savage on them demons, okay? That's what it means. I hope you guys are well. I am sending you so much love, okay? Just giving you love, peace of mind, healing for your heart, and just a little bit of joy in your life, okay? So today I was just reminded of how God works, okay? I really was. And it was just by a stranger, and her name is Latoya? Was it Latoya or was it Latanya? It was Latoya. Let me read my journal real quick because I wrote it down while it was still fresh on my mind, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. What was her name? I think it was Latoya. Let me see. I want to make sure I get it right. What's her name, Latoya? I think her name was Latoya. But, anywho, let me just tell y'all the story. Okay, so if you watch the other videos, you know that the only way I really get around, and I don't get around to do anything but to go to the grocery store and I come back and I go wash my clothes, but I haven't had any money to wash my clothes. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I wound up washing my clothes in the tub and hung them outside on the line to dry, right? Okay. I know God is isolating me for a reason. There's no need for me to ask anybody in the house because they know I need it, right? They know I do. So for me to have to ask is redundant, and that's a way that they steal my energy, right? And so God was like, I need you to do things by yourself. And I had the thought in my head, you need to act like you in Texas. But who wants to walk to the grocery store, right? Anywho, so, okay, so 2 days ago, I washed my clothes in the tub, and I was like, okay, I'm out of soap powder right now. Well, I have a little bit left, but anywho. So then, you know, I twisted my ankle like 2 days ago, or a day ago, 2 days ago. And I was planning on walking to the grocery store, but I twisted my ankle and I was mad about that. But I was like, okay, God, you want me to sit still. Okay, so I sat still for 2 days, and then, well, I sat still for a day. And then on the second day, my neighbor, I was like, you know, if he could take me to the store. He did take me to the store. And then yesterday I wound up burning something. I burnt my, what do you call it? I burnt my ginger, and I needed some more. And then I still needed some honey and stuff because I didn't get everything, because I normally go to like 3 different stores. But you know, you don't want to be like that when someone is doing you a favor. So I just went to one store, which means I didn't get a lot of the items. And I was okay with that. But when I burnt my ginger, and my ginger is like a key ingredient that I need, I was like, dang. And so yesterday I was like, hey, not yesterday, day before yesterday. I was like, hey, you mind taking me to the grocery store, whatever. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, it don't have to be today or tomorrow. It can be whenever, you know, just let me know. And he said, well, I got something to do now. He said, but it can be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. And I was like, okay. So the tomorrow was yesterday. And so I got up yesterday and I did my normal routine. I went outside, sat, drank my water, whatever. And I seen the car earlier, but then I didn't see it for the rest of the day. And then I didn't get a knock on the door. I didn't get anything to say, hey, I'm not going to be able to do it today. Can we do it tomorrow? Now, this is a neighbor, but he's an older man. And so I'm like, you know, I braid his hair from time to time, you know, you neighborly stuff, right? And so yesterday, it was just another reminder on what God wants me to do. And that is to just do things myself. Now, when I was heavily watching tarot, there was a tarot reader that I was reading, and she was like, you need to stop fooling around with your neighbor. I didn't understand what that meant. You know, I kind of, like, I didn't pick up on the energy about him. And I picked up on the energy about his roommate, which it happens to be a woman. I picked up on that energy, so I just distanced myself from her. But, you know how old men are. They flirt, they do stuff, but a couple of times he had gotten out of line, and I checked him and put him in his place, right? But I'm like, okay, could I have waited to go to the grocery store? Probably, but I wanted my ginger and et cetera, et cetera. So all day yesterday, I didn't get nothing. And I know he watches me out his window, and I have said that to him. I know he watches me out his window, and the way his bed is placed, he ain't got to do anything but just look. And he see where I sit at. So when he came home, I was sitting on my little spot. And I know he seen me, but he ain't come over and say, hey, I couldn't take you yesterday. He ain't said nothing. So today, I got up, I got dressed, and I set out to go to the grocery store. And I had to go to Publix. That was at 9:50 this morning, right? So 10 minutes to 10. Ooh, 10:10, okay. So I wound up getting to Kroger about like 11:10. Yeah, literally. I got there at 11:10, right? Excuse me. I got there at 11:10. And I knew I was going to ride around in the buggy, y'all. I knew I was going to ride around in that buggy because I wanted to preserve my feet. My foot did well. So on the third day, she walked because I was like, listen, I know what I want. I know what I need. And I'm not waiting on nobody. I waited on somebody yesterday. And I actually waited all day because I was waiting for him to come over and say something. But he didn't. And so I just read, you ain't got but one time to let me down. You ain't got but one time to not be true to your word or not even be responsible or respectful enough to say something to me. Like, them days is over with. I'm not giving no passes. So today I got up and I had a conversation with God the whole way there. And I seen signs and synchronicities. And, I teared up a little bit. Only because I know I deserve better than not to be supported, y'all. I am surrounded by fucking vultures. Excuse my French. But, like, today, I am having to control my Aries. Yes, I'm definitely having to control my Aries. Because my Aries wanted to punch a wall today. But anyway, we went and did a asana, and I breathed it out. Okay, but that it gets good. It gets really good. So I get there and I'm riding around in a little buggy and I'm getting my food or whatever, and I'm walking. I got 6 bags, and Publix how they put the bread in one. So I put 2 of the bags in one of the other bags. So essentially, I'm carrying just 4 bags, right? And I'm walking, and all these cars, y'all, are passing me by. I'm talking about all of them. They don't see a woman walking on the side of the road. Now, if you know anything about Georgia, you know that there are no sidewalks in the suburbs. So I am literally walking on the side of the road with my 4 grocery bags. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I know these men see this woman. I know they see me walking. And they had my way because I was walking on the side where it's going towards traffic. I'm walking along with traffic, right? Because on the other side is really not a little gap for me to walk on. Because I normally walk against traffic so I can see the cars coming just in case somebody drunk or anything like that. But, Anywho, I'm walking. I don't even get a quarter of a way from Publix. And I'm actually thinking, let me tell y'all, I'm going to be honest. I'm actually sitting here thinking about all the times I had stopped to pick people up that I seen walking. And I did that, and I've done it throughout my entire life. Like, the first time I did it, I asked my boyfriend at the time to do it. And I was like 19, 20. And I asked my boyfriend at the time to pick up. We was driving, me, him, and his cousin. I think it was Darrell. And we driving. And it's dark, and it's cold out. And I see this little tall, lanky white boy, and I'm in the passenger seat, and my boyfriend is driving at the time. And I see this tall little lanky white boy, y'all. And he got on like a Wendy's shirt. And not even a long sleeve shirt. It was like the short sleeve shirt. And he just walking. He ain't got no coat on. He ain't got no jacket. He ain't got no sweater. It ain't even a long sleeve one. And so I was like, stop and pick him up. And my boyfriend was like, that boy is not going to get in the car with us. I said, yes, he will. He was like, he is not going to get in the car with us. I said, yes, he will. It is cold outside. I said, don't nobody want to walk. It is this cold. I didn't even know where the dude lived at or whatever. So we wound up picking him up. He got in the car. He wasn't scared or nothing. And I told him, I said, they said that you weren't even going to get in the car. Because, you know, we all black and what he was like, no, I was getting in the car. But that's just an example. I done picked up an elderly lady at the bus stop with all her groceries. I done picked up a woman and her child. Like, listen, that is the way of the world. That is the way humanity is supposed to be. When you see that there is a need, you feel it. You feel it, right? So, needless to say, I am walking and I'm sitting here thinking about all the times I have picked up people on the road. And I'm like, y'all don't see me walking with these bags. But I'm like, okay, God, I can get my steps in and my thighs and my legs. So I'm giving myself all these positive affirmations and positive feedback, right? And I wasn't tired. My foot wasn't hurting. Nothing like that. But my arms was getting tired because of bags, right? And so I'm walking. And I hear somebody on the opposite side of the street beep. But I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm focused, man. And so I am walking and I'm like, okay. And so I hear somebody behind me say, you want to ride? Y'all, when I tell y'all, I turned around so quick. And it was a sister in a black Mercedes. And her name was Latoya. It was either Latoya or Latanya. Please don't. Let me see. I know I wrote it down, y'all. Because I said, God bless her. Listen, I want him to bless her because she didn't have to. And she was going the opposite way. She wasn't even going my way. And I ran to her car with my 4 bags, y'all. And I'm like, thank you, girl. Thank you. She was like, listen, we got to help each other. And I said, I know. It was like I was talking to an old friend because she had stuff in her passenger seat and on the back seat behind the passenger seat. So I had to sit behind her. So I'm looking at her in the rear view and she's talking to me and I'm talking to her. And she was like, I remember when. I was like, me too. And so she was like, she said, you walked all the way? And I said, yeah, girl. And I was on my way walking back. And so as she's taking me back to the house, she's like, oh my God, you walked this far? And I was like, yeah, I said, I walked there. And I told her, I said, I started out at 9:50 and I got there at 11:10. And so we started talking. And of course I had to give her a little spiel because people wonder, why are you walking? And I know when we pull up, she gonna see cars and whatever. And I was like, it don't even matter. I said, you know, I got folks that don't even want me to use their car. And there's cars there, but when they go to the grocery store, they don't ask me to go. And case in point, that just happened just now, right? So anywho, so she was like, they never remember when we helped them. She said, but they know. She was like, and I'm not the type of person to bring it up and be like, you remember when? And I am. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all acting like y'all don't remember what I did, this, did that. But I'm glad she said that because I will no longer do that no more. I'm just going to do what I need to do. And so she was like, she got an 18-year-old daughter and she told her daughter, don't wait on nobody. You do what you need to do. And I told her, I was honest. I was like, and I waited on somebody yesterday. I waited. And I said, but I wasn't waiting today. And that's the only time that I will ever wait. I will never accept anything from that person, from the neighbor dude, nothing like that. Because I can't count on you. You're not reliable. And not even the fact that you couldn't do it. Because he got his own family. He's a new grandpa. You know what I'm saying? His teenage, or not teen, but 20-something-year-old daughter just had a baby. So, you know, I get it. But it's the common courtesy to come and say something. And this is the same one I told y'all that said he loved me the other day. This does not equate to love because you should have said something. You already know the circumstances that I am over on this end. So you doing that just was like not called for. But it was so good that this chick picked me up And I was like, thank you, girl. I so appreciate you. And I was like, you ain't even got to go into the subdivision. You can like let me out right here. She was like, no, I am dropping you to the front of your door. She was like, we all need help. She was like, we all, and I remember when I said, me too. I said, girl, I used to pick people up. And she was like, me too. And that's why I returned. And when I told her, she said, and look how God returned the favor. I said, I was just sitting here thinking that. And I was, before she said something like to come get a ride. I was just sitting here like, I know these people see me. I know they do. I would never. I just wouldn't. It's just not me. It is just not me. It just was never me to like see someone struggling and not stop and be like, hey, do you need a ride? Where is it off of me? And I know she was heading towards Publix shop. She was not heading towards my house. She was not heading towards nowhere in the vicinity. This lady went completely out of her way for me. And I am so appreciative. And I had signs along the way. You know what I'm saying? So then I get back and I'm sitting down. And, you know, I took a shower because the sister was funky. You know, I can't get no deodorant because I don't have no money, right? So I'm financially challenged at the moment. So, you know, and it's a good thing that I had stopped using Secret and all that. I've gone like all natural when I was like from 2018. So, you know, I can go like a few days without no funk, but you walking in heat and the sun, it looked like it was raining and it actually had started drizzling. I was like, God, please don't let it rain. Sun came out, nice little breeze. It was great. So I come back and I take my shower and I'm sitting outside, you know, meditating, thinking, planning, thanking God, you know. And the neighbor come out and he was like, I came over this morning. Now, mind you, when I come out, I know he sees me. This is a man that gets up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So when I come out and sit, I know he sees me. So he says, I came over to your house this morning and took you to a grocery store, but you had went on your walk or something. I said, no, I went to the grocery store. I said, I already went. And he was like, oh, he said, when I came over, they said you had already gone. And I didn't say anything else. I didn't give no more energy. I said what I said, and that was that. I didn't say nothing else. No, nothing else needs to be said. Then as I'm sitting there, I see people coming back from the grocery store. No one said, hey, you need anything? Now, I have said that. I said, you know, why don't you tell me when you go to the grocery store? Because, you know, it was all about gas is real high. Okay, well, I don't need to go by myself. I can go with you when you go. So people went to the grocery store today and no one said anything. So I'm rocking by myself. I'm rocking by myself. I'm no longer waiting on people to see the glory of God. I'm not. I'm going to let them deal with the devil. I am. And I said that and I meant it. I'm going to let them deal with, I'm going to let them deal with the devil. Without my positive affirmations, without my encouragement, let them rock. But God bless me today. God bless me today. God bless me today. And this sister was just beautiful spirit. She didn't have to stop. She went out of her way. And when she dropped me off, she was like, you walked all this way. Mind you, the way she had to go, we had to go through a detour, but I did show her the road that I walked down because the road that I walked down is getting work done on it, so we couldn't go down there. We had to go down another block, but essentially it's the same. It's just a block difference, right? And she just couldn't believe that I had walked that way, which I walk a lot, so it's not even a problem for me. It's really not. When I lived in a hotel for 2 years by myself and not near a family member came to check on me, not near a family member said you need anything, nothing. My dad didn't even come looking for me. And I had a whole argument about him. Like, he was like, I didn't have your number. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Excuse my, that's that Aries. That's the Aries. And I blasted him. What do you mean you didn't have my number? You see my mama every day. You talk to my brother and them. You didn't come look for me. And I told him, if it was me, no one could have stopped me from looking for him. I'm not looking for no motherfucking body anymore who don't look for me. You didn't look for me, I'm not looking for you. Kick fucking rocks. And that's how I really feel today. I know God is all about forgiveness, and I'm about forgiveness too. I really am. But today, you can kick rocks with open-toed shoes. Yes, that's how I feel. Tomorrow I may feel different. Tomorrow I may feel completely different. But today, I'm not. Because I've had it. So if today has taught me anything, let this be a lesson for you guys. Do it by yourself. Skip all the years that I did, okay? Even skip these past 3 years since I've been on this journey. Do it by yourself. I don't care how you struggle. It doesn't matter, because you know what? In your struggle is when God will show up for you. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying now. Do it by yourself. Okay? Do it by yourself. No matter how hard it is. And when I say by yourself, I don't mean you can't ask for help, but you have to ask people who are like-minded like you and who are in the same energy as you. You can't ask people who are hating on you. You can't ask people who don't like you. You can't ask people who are envious, jealous of you. You can't, because you're not going to get what you deserve. You're going to get their ass to kiss. That's what you're going to get. Okay? And everybody in this house done gave me their ass to kiss plenty of times. And I still was being nice. Remember, I just did a video about being too nice. Okay? Sometimes being nice is not called for. Sometimes that Aries energy needs to show. Sometimes that Mars energy needs to come up. Because people will take your kindness as a weakness. And I read I heard somewhere where they like, if you're too nice, people think you don't want to win because you're too nice. I've been nice my whole life. I've been empathetic. I've been compassionate. And I'm not going to change. However, I will reserve that part of me, which is attached to my heart space. I will reserve that for people who allow me into their heart and give me their heart as well. Anybody who don't have a heart, they can't give you shit. They can't give you nothing. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing can they give you. Okay? And I know in my other videos, it was all, well, if they can't, if they're not healed themselves. Yes, that's still true. That's still true. But at some point, my loves, baby boy, baby girl, when are you going to say, fuck them? When are you going to say, fuck them? Because every day they say, fuck you. You realize that, right? Look around and see. Do you have anybody asking you, are you okay? Do you have anybody asking you if you need anything? Do you have anybody saying anything to you that you've done for them? If not, it's time for you to say, fuck them. The Bible teaches us not to. The Bible teaches us to be open and willing and honest. But the Bible also was created and manipulated by man. Okay? God forgives. God forgives. You can forgive, but you don't have to deal with. You hear me? It's a difference. It's a difference. You can forgive, but you don't have to deal with. So if ain't nobody helping you, my love, you need all your energy for your damn self. You hear what I'm saying? So I know the next step is for me to move. And I'm waiting for God to open that door too. Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.